Hey everybody, this here is a slightly older Lasko Pedestal fan. Now this one is not something I'd normally pick up for myself. However, there's a couple of things that are interesting about this one. First of all, this one is actually I'm not keeping this one. This is going to a friend of mine. Um, I'm actually going to be giving this to him this weekend. So, this is an 18-inch pedestal fan. It's from, I think, like the early 2000s, mid 2000s. I'm not entirely sure when exactly, but it's definitely quite old now. Um, and what makes this fan a little bit special to me is that my aunt actually used to have one exactly like this. This is my aunt, the same one that lived in the house with that SMC Hampton Bay hugger a while ago that I recorded a video of a couple years back. And they had one very similar to this. I'm not exactly sure if it was the same version, but I remember it had these same 18-inch box fan blades, which you can see. They made a 16-inch version, which had three like regular desk fan blades, kind of like that right there. But this is the 18-inch version, which had the sort of the same blades that the box fans have. Now, it is a little dirty. I didn't clean it or anything. I'm going to let my friend do that. I didn't oil it, didn't clean it. I didn't do anything to it. And this is actually the fan that I went to pick up. Or I went to pick it up, I think like last week or 2 weeks ago or something like that. It's the one that the same person that I got the 16-inch Galaxy right there in that Rax European box fan that I made videos of a while ago. So this was like the main reason I went there, actually. I picked this up for my friend. So it's got the older style center grill medallion with the blue Lasko tag with the Wavy K logo, uppercase. Can't really see it that well. It's kind of peeling off a bit, but it's definitely a special thing to have the tag itself, because many times this tag goes missing, and several of these you see the tag is actually missing. So, but yeah, I do. That's one thing I distinctively remember from the one my aunt had, is she had the blue label as well. And another thing I remember is that hers was incredibly loud when it ran on high. So, this one, I have to say, it's about as loud as that one was, but it does move some good air for being a later plastic pedestal fan with a sort of smaller spacing between the grill. Although the spacing between the grill on the back, at least I will say, is not half as bad as the later ones. This is still relatively open back here, while still being OSHA compliant. Now you probably just noticed that the switch and the oscillator knob, of course, are on the back here. Well, the oscillator knob always is, but the switch is on the back, which is kind of interesting. Another thing I remember my aunt's having. And then the back of the motor housing is this sort of weird wavy design. A little bit of cracking going on back here on the venting, which is common for these. And then it can raise and lower by loosening this piece right here, this knob, and then you can raise it up. Let's see, it goes that high. So that's probably about, well, it's maybe about 4.5 feet or so. Yeah, it's got some good height to it. Put it back down so it will fit in the frame. And now, I guess I'll go ahead and start the fan up. So I'm going to turn it on high first, so you get the full effect. Yeah, it's pretty loud. Definitely, from what I remember, at least about as loud. But that being said, the air movement is really good. Okay. Medium. Quiets down a bit on medium. Right. Low. Let's really quiet on low, actually. Alright, turn it back up to high. And we'll do spin down from high. So like I said, didn't oil it, so probably could use some oil. Now I'll start the oscillator, engage the oscillator, and we'll start it up from low. It's got a pretty slow oscillation arc speed. Right. Turn it up to medium. Okay, and high. Okay, stop the oscillation and spin down. Okay, so yeah, there is a tag on the side of the motor housing here, which you probably saw, which I'm not really sure what that means. But there's no, like, oh, sorry about that, label on the bottom of the base or anything like that, which is kind of weird. There's a label underneath the motor housing right there, which I'm not sure what that means, but yeah, those are the only identifiers that are on it. Those two labels there. So stand her back up, and I think that is about it for this video. So that is the Lasko Pedestal fan, the slightly older one. This is kind of like my childhood Lasko Pedestal fan, I guess you could say. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video.